We're here at Atlanta Dragway at the final running of the NHRA Southern Nationals, and I just wanted to get an interview with Superstock's #1 qualifier, Mr. Craig Gualtiere. He's got this beautiful 2005 Chevy Cavalier with a 350 cubic inch engine in it. Craig, how we doing?
Well, I could be doing better. I guess saying I missed a tree would be an understatement. So it's bittersweet being #1 qualifier, and I've been on the tree pretty much for a while, and today I just any true bottom bulb guy understands, especially when you're blocking, there's those middle, you have to be focused 100%, and I just completely lost my freaking mind apparently up there. It's very disappointing because I felt really good about this weekend, and it is what it is, I guess.
We've all been there, Craig. It's disappointing. It's a pressure sport. You get 10 seconds to be perfect, whereas in other sports, basketball, roundy round racing, you have time to make up for any kind of mistake that you might make.
Yeah.
It just doesn't happen in racing.
No mulligans in drag racing. It's it's load your shit up and go home.
That's right.
All
right. Well, we're sorry to hear it. We know you're hitting the tree. You're driving great. Your car is super fast, so we know you'll be back and ready to rock.
That's the great thing about drag racing. There's always another one down the road, so you just need to get that one out of the way and move on.
That's right. Well, let's talk about your car a little bit. So
that's a much better subject than my driving.
So tell us about the Cobalt. So it has a 350 cubic inch engine. What year and what horsepower rating?
This is a 2005 Cavalier, and then we have a 350. I can claim two different motors. I can claim either an 87 Camaro or an 89 Camaro. What I claimed this weekend was GA. I've been running F for quite a while. That's my GA and my HA. The 87 combo is a better combo, and that's what I claimed this weekend to get the #1 qualifying. So it's a great motor combination. Engine prepared by the Stanfield family, Aaron Stanfield and Greg Stanfield. This actually is a dish piston combo, aluminum heads. This car, like I said, was built by Wise Carver, and then I bought this car from Jason Tinberg. This would be my third season with it. It's just an and Scott Wagner did all the paint and everything on this for Jason, and it's just been an excellent car. It's very consistent. I can dial the car really well. I came off of a 1967 Chevy 2 is what I raced before this in Superstock GA and Superstock HA, and it was a slower car. And so this has been much more fun to drive because typically I get to be the chaser. And it's more fun to play the stripe when you're the chaser versus being chased. It's been a lot more fun to drive in that sense because I feel like it's looking behind you all the time. When you're driving that Chevy 2, it's almost you just have to take the stripe every time. And with this car right here, you can make that decision a lot easier at the end of the deal. So just like a while ago, I was hoping I was going to push him out. He was actually 001, on the tree, and I was 163, but I can't. He was getting out of it, and I thought I might have snuck out, but I ran. I figured the car was going to run a 42. The weather was telling me a little bit different, but I was kind of knowing this car, so it ended up running dead on 0. So that would have been a pretty damn good race if I would have gotten a little bit better.
Right on the money award, possibly.
Yes, sir. Yeah, exactly.
But I do notice that you don't have any stickers on your car, and you go for the nice clean look here.
I did that also in my Chevy 2. I won a divisional race in the Chevy 2, and I got to the finals at the Houston National that year. So I left a little bit of money on the table, but at the end of the day, a lot of the other racers talk about how it's a fight to get their contingency money, and so I just said, you know what, I've been blessed enough, and I don't need to be beholden to anybody begging for money.
Right.
You know, so and I just think the race car, it looks. I'm kind of anally retentive when it comes to cleanliness and stuff. So I just like it being slick and clean and no stickers at all. And I actually have one sticker on the car for my my company, Roasters Coffee and Tea. We've been in business since 1992. So next year we're having our 30th anniversary. We roast all of our own coffee there in Amarillo, Texas. I have 4 stores. So it's gonna be a long drive home. I drove here. It's like right at 1,320 miles to my house. So I get the stew on that, and maybe I'll just think about my coffee company and all the fun issues you have as a business owner.
Right.
Versus you're supposed to come out here and this is supposed to be a stress relief.
Yeah, this is the the distraction from your daily job.
I got involved in drag racing when I was really young. A neighbor down the street bracket raced, and so when I was 10 years old, I went to the races with him. My dad was in the cars. He died when I was really young. When I was 3, my dad raced cars, Corvettes, autocross. So I always had the DNA in me. But ever since I was 3 or 4 years old, I can remember I always wanted to be a race car driver. And so I moved into, I just wanted to work on the NHRA circuit. So back in the late 80s, early 90s, I worked for Fram and Autolite. So I went to all the national events, and I just dreamed that I always just wish I could be, I wish I could race. And so that dream came true, where I just finally, had the resources where I could do it. And so I bought that Chevy 2. And then I raced it for a few races, here and there, and just wasn't having any success because I'd never raced before, a bracket race. And and then I got hooked up with the Stanfields. They built me a new motor, and they kind of brought me on the team. And Greg and Aaron have just, in the last few years, have just taught me so much, that's, really changed my driving, especially last year. Greg moved. I've tried to move to a blinder before, but I have astigmatism and I could not get the depth and everything right. I just couldn't see. And so last year, at the end of the year, Greg said, you need to do what my dad did, Howard Stanfield. He said, you just need to get a blinder that just goes all the way across, where you're not trying to put it in the corner, And it took me a few races to get it down, but I mean, it's really the resource of the Stanfields and what they've done for me, and not only just helping me with my car, making it one of the fastest cars in the country. I won class last year at Indy, and I won class with my Chevy 2 with their motor. They've proven that obviously they know how to build a hell of a motor, but they also, they're awesome drivers. As you know, Greg is former world champion, multiple-time world champion, and so is Aaron. Aaron won factory stock last year, and they've really been a blessing for me. And we all, as just a group of guys with the Stanfield group, we come out and we race a lot. I think the year before last, the only guy that raced more than me in Superstock was Dave Rampy, so you can just see like this year at 18 or 19, I raced quite a bit, events.
Yep. So seat time,
definitely
helps. You do have you had the sticker. You were ready for that.
Man, it's funny that you said that, because this morning I kind of felt, I was in the shower and I said, I think this might be the race where I'm going to go dead on. It just came into my head, but God forgot to tell me in that same little dream that you're going to be a dumbass and not be focused on the tree, So.
Well, we know you'll come back. You'll bounce back. Thanks for joining us today.
Yeah.
Good luck at your next race. The car looks great and it runs great.
Sorry, so verbose. Sometimes you should never let me loose on the microphone, because I'll just keep on going.
No, it's good. It's very educational. We like learning things about cars and about the drivers.
Thank you.
So thanks for joining us, and good luck at the next race.
Before you go, I just want to tell you, on behalf of a lot of the other class racers out there, a lot of my super stock friends and stock friends, we really appreciate what you guys do for class racing, and your show is It's fun to listen to you guys, and it's nice to have a forum that we could all listen to one another and so forth. And once again, just on behalf of me and a lot of my other friends at Race, we appreciate what you do.
All right, thank you very much, and we appreciate you guys listening.
You bet.
All right, have a good one.